All right, my minions, yes. Got a goodie for y'all today. Do a book review. The book is called On Combat. I hope this isn't backwards in the video. But yes, book review. Book review. So we're doing a book. I'm gonna do a book review. This should be brief. I read this some years back, and it was a very interesting read. Like I'm not a speed reader by far. You know, I'm not that person that will blow through a book in an hour. As far as speed goes, I'm your average reader. Like seriously, I'm the type of person that probably has to rewind when reading subtitles in movies because they go by too quick. But this was a page turner for me, and it's called On Combat. The author is Lieutenant Colonel Dave Grossman, and it basically goes into the psychological and physiological reaction that the body has during combat or high stress combat related situations. Have you seen, I've used this book. The binding is coming off. I had to re-glue it. This thing is falling apart, but this is such a good book. Like I said, it goes into psychological and physiological reactions that people go through in high stress combat related situations. It's a very good book to read for anyone going into law enforcement. If you're going to go into the military, you're going to be in a combative MOS or combative job, even defensively combative. I like to look at them as there's offense combatives, your standard like infantry, special operations, things of that nature. And you also have defensive combatives, where you're taking more of a defensive posture of things, but you're the first line of defense in hostile situations, and you may be, higher chance that you will be reacting to dangerous situations, or even things like you're on standby, QRF, quick reaction force, things of that nature. I like to think of quick reaction force as being it's a defensive. It's a measure. If a group comes under attack, you're there to relieve them. You're providing defense for them, relief, things of that nature to get them out of harm's way. So counter assault teams and things of that nature. But my hands are all over the place. But even going into private security, and actually I ended up reading this book. Damn, itchy. Bugs are out. I started reading this book because of private security. Certain things, aspects I was getting into private security, in particular because of doing personal protection work, executive protection work. Is this how this book kind of got on my radar? The wind's blowing, forgive me. But like I said, it goes into the psychological, physiological reactions of what people go through during these situations. And there's some of the most common things that I'm sure you've heard of. For instance, and I'm gonna forgive my language, why people shit and piss themselves during high stress situations, during combat situations, shooting, stuff like that. It explains why that happens. Same concept of why under high stress, especially life-threatening situations, pregnant women their bodies, will miscarry or abort the baby to protect the host. So other aspects of, have you ever considered why you're at the range shooting going, about what you're doing, hearing protection, double hearing protection usually. You got your ear foamies, some people use the earplugs, and little Mickey Mouse ears, the actual muffs, whatever they're called. I use double hearing protection. It could be annoying, but I understand the importance of protecting your hearing. But at the range, you're doing that. But in a real life situation, stuff's popping off. You've got to react to shooting. You're searching out danger, whatever the case is. There's no time to put your hearing protection in. But yet, you don't go deaf in a real life firefight situation. Why is that? This book will explain all of that. In particular, certain things people experience. Time dilation. Time speeds up, it slows down, even though it stays the same, but in a high stress situation like that, time speeds up or it will slow down. People kind of go deaf temporarily. It's called auditory exclusion. I experienced it for the first time when I was in training. Me and my partner, we were responding to the abandoned vehicle. Went to the vehicle, checked it out, no big deal. Like basically disabled vehicle. The hood was up. So we're searching around. Some guy came out with a shotgun and real basic blanks, but real sound just like if anyone's fired off a shotgun. If you've ever shot a shotgun before, you know how loud that is. Boom! Scared the piss out of everybody. So I put this book down. Guns out, take cover. I pop off 2 rounds. I'm making my way around. I come all the way around, and the guy's down. My partner, who was on the left, he was all the way out in the open. So when I see the guys down, I'm calling out my partner. Hey, talk to me. What are you doing? You okay? Everything's good? I look over. He has somehow managed to make his way into a ditch. So, which was where he needed to be in order to protect himself. Outstanding. He got that critical thinking in, situational awareness, got to where he needs to go. Come to discover, he actually shot off about a mag and a half, 2 magazines, and I didn't hear any of the shots. I heard my 2 shots that I popped off. I didn't hear any of his shots at all. That was the crazy part. That was the first time I experienced auditory exclusion, where my brain and my ear blocked all the sound out. They had me focused on the threat at hand. And I was still focused, I was still aware of my surroundings. But it's crazy how the brain does that. The brain, your body is meant to protect you. But that was the first time I experienced auditory exclusion. Remember first time I experienced time dilation is when I was boxing in a vehicle. And I'll make a long story short, basically I thought maybe minutes have passed during the entire exchange, and I went to play back the video, and it was maybe an span of 5 seconds total. So all that stuff happens, but this book explains all of it and has really good stories, real world experience, real world stories that explains a lot of this, especially the fighting people who have taken damage upon damage upon damage and are still in the fight and fought to the bitter end and survived. Don't get me wrong. Come on, win. So, there's amazing stories in here. It's not just, special operation, super soldiers. There's stories of state police, local security, local police, military personnel, things of that nature. All of it and in between is in this book. And it goes through the psychological, physiological aspects of what happens, and what in the past we used to think people as being weak for responding certain ways that they respond. It's not so. So science-based explains all of that and why the body reacts that way. And the better you can understand that, the better you are as whatever you want to call yourself, officer, warfighter, whatever. But very good book. It's called On Combat. There's another book I'm going to start reading. It's called On Killing. I heard it's very good. Person that I trust told me it's a very good book. It's kind of a counterpart to this, kind of goes with this a bit. And yeah, I'll do another book review on that as well. But this is a good one. On Combat, author is, this is the third edition. And again, this was, I think, what, maybe 5 years, 6 years ago when I read this book. Actually, longer than that. Probably a good 8. But anyways, third edition, and this is Lieutenant Colonel Dave Grossman. So pick it up, go get it. I recommend it. You know, I'm not being endorsed by anybody, but this is a very good book that I recommend anybody going into law enforcement, private security, military should definitely read. So, but whoa, I got touched. But thank you for joining me. I greatly appreciate it. As always, you are my minions, and the wind is telling me I need to go. You keep trying to knock over my phone and my stand. So, but thank you for being here with me. I greatly appreciate it. I appreciate all your subscribers. Next video, the giveaway that I should have done last year. I'll be actually giving away to basically one of my most loyal followers. He's with me basically from the beginning, and he's gonna get that giveaway. See if I can get a picture with him. But yeah, I appreciate his loyalty, and I appreciate all of you. I appreciate all the subscribers. So I really do. Every single last one of you, all the comments, I greatly appreciate all of it. So thank you for being with me. Please like and subscribe, and like and subscribe, and like and subscribe, and don't be afraid to comment as well. And I will see y'all next time. Have a good one. Uh-oh. All right. I didn't want to use the button anyways.